Hey guys, what is up? I'm back here with another Clash Lords 2 video, and in today's video I'm going to be helping you guys learn on how to win Ancient Relic campaigns. Now, I know recently, not too many updates ago, they made these campaigns a bit harder to win now, and as you can see, I completed the whole thing, and I normally auto clear it right about here, and where I'm at dungeon 16 or something, where it let me auto clear up to. Then the rest I have to do on my own, which is fairly simple. But the way to beat these things, there's a trick to it, because yes, these heroes get very strong once you reach a certain point, and you get all these good items from these stores, but you can't get to if you can't beat the dungeons right before. So everybody can normally get to the first one right here, and that usually has good stuff. But when you get to the ones back here, some of them, like today, they were having all these jewels, but I'm trying to save my jewels. But you see, they have all these good sales going on, and I bought this Coral XP because when you get your Mystic shops, you're always going to want to buy the ones that cost gold. Now, this isn't really worth it, just the purple rare XP egg, because it's not worth all that much. But if you really want to, you can go ahead and buy it. But definitely a Coral XP egg is always worth the buying, so are the crystal, because it's gold and it's easy to acquire. Now, giving you the first tip, inside these Ancient Relic campaigns, you can do these each day, and you get lots of rewards from them, from multiple things, which is the chests and the shops, and you also gain XP in the end, and you can gain a lot of XP when you complete the whole thing. Now, the thing I was stuck at first when I was first doing this is I was letting all my good heroes, my strongest heroes, out first. So in the beginning, they were taking all the damage and they were making it pretty far, but then when they all died, the weaker heroes that I have that were just backups, they couldn't finish off the bigger guys. So what I learned is I had to balance out the high HP heroes and the high damage heroes, meaning like I have to go ahead, take my defensive guy, one of my tanks, and then take a healer and a high damage out per class, put them all together so my tank can take all the damage and they can take out the damage people really quickly on the other team while they're all distracted on my tank, and I can just heal them. Now, this is the first way, but an even easier way to do it to help you guys get farther in this is for the early stages. You can actually, it sounds weird, I know, you can use the Ancient Relic as the building, and for those early stages you can put the building out there in front all the way as you can put it, and then all of them will attack that, so you have time to attack them as fast as possible before, you know, they take out your thing. But since they're such low level heroes in the beginning, it'll be okay to do that while you can take out theirs pretty quickly. So moving on to the next helpful tip I learned is level up your skills and mercenaries. Now obviously this is a pretty simple one, like everybody knows if you upgrade those it's going to be easier, yeah, but upgrading your skills and mercenaries, especially the mercenaries, gonna really help, because the more mercenaries you have, the lot more damage is gonna be being thrown out there, because you have a lot more support from your mercenaries, and the skills is gonna make things cheaper when you get them high enough, and you're gonna do more damage, so you can get your rage built up over time, and you're gonna want to spend it wisely. So the cheaper your skills are, the better it's going to be. Now, moving on to the next one, healing. I can't stress this enough, it's so important. Now, even though your heroes will heal 15% of their HP after each battle, this is hardly ever enough to keep them at high enough HP to stand out through the rest of the battle. So what I do is, you can bring your strongest healer And I have 2 healers, so I use Enchantress and Renavine. So in case one dies before Enchantress can save them, I can use Renavines, and then we're all good. But remember this, if they die before the time, and you already killed all your people, and the timer for Enchantress is active, hasn't run out to revive him, you will not get him back. So you have to use this wisely, so you do not miss your healing opportunities. Now, obviously you can bring some healing spells with you, which would be also very helpful in this mode. Now, for the beginning dungeons, here's the best way you can set up your thing. So as you can see, there's 18 dungeons in total. Obviously, right about here is where it gets really strong, because right where the first store is, right after that, it's gonna start getting way more difficult. And the best thing to do is use your lesser heroes first. And what I mean by your lesser heroes, use your weaker heroes first, and go in order from least to greatest, or weakest to greatest, or strongest, whatever, you know what I mean. So keep your top 5 strongest heroes, save them for last, so they can go in, and assuming your lesser heroes are still good enough to get through a bunch of these on their own, then when you're right around the middle here, closer to the second store, then that's when you can finally start using your strong heroes and leave them for last, so that they can take out all that easily with no problem. Now, I said this earlier about the rage, using it sparingly. If you use your rage sparingly, most of you probably know this, that it's going to carry over to the next dungeon you do, so just use it wisely. And if you don't need it and your heroes are doing fine, you can just save it up for the next dungeon, because it's just going to get harder and harder like that. So any way you can use it, just try to spare it so you do not run out when you actually need it. Now, use spells, and also, like I said, take your time. And it can be pretty long to complete all of these, but now with the auto clear makes it much easier. But when you do complete all of them, it's gonna be completely worth it. And if you use spells, it will help you do this faster. It can heal if you get the healing spell, or you get the allied winds. That's gonna help you a lot more with all that in your army or of troops. So the next thing here is doing the ancient relic levels when your heroes are sleeping. Now, what I mean by sleeping is when you go do a battle and then they all need to be revived. So obviously here they don't need to be revived from sleep when they are out cold, if you know what I mean. So as long as the campaign is started, they will always be available. This means other types of raids, like when your heroes die, like the gold raids, the resource ones, and the Lord's League, they're gonna need to be revived after that, because assuming your heroes, at least a few of them, are gonna die, then you can just go and do this, because you don't need to wait for them to be revived. And the final thing here is when you leave, I'll show you here. The battle summary is going to show you how much XP you earned right here, and I earned 2006 XP from the campaign. And I click battle summary, it's going to give me all the XP, and what that arrow means up, it means you raised the level. And they got the most they all get evenly distributed the XP, so don't worry about that. But it's the best way to get XP for your heroes for free, because it's very easy to do. So basically that's everything for you guys, and if you all made it to the end, I'd like to thank you all for watching. I hope you got something out of this video, and I'd like to just say once more, thank you for watching, and peace out.